very common question that I get asked on a regular basis is, can I relocate with my child? The answer is always maybe, but it's very tough to do. So let's start with what the custody in Florida is. To begin with, we don't have custody in family court. What we have is called timesharing. The statute is Florida Statute 61.13, and the statute makes it very clear that there is no presumption in favor of mother or in favor of the father. The timesharing schedule is going to be based on the child's best interest. So if we start with that knowledge that both parents have equal rights and both parents get to enjoy raising their child, then how do we overcome that to now the court is going to allow one parent to leave the state with the child? So we now look at the relocation statute, which is 61.13001. The statute has very specific factors that the parent that's relocating must establish with substantial competent evidence. If the court grants the relocation but does not make specific findings of those factors, the case is going to be reversed. There is a recent case that came out, the appellate courts, and that case was reversed. The father was granted the permission from the judge to relocate. He actually had plane tickets the day after the trial. So the judge said, I'm gonna let the father relocate. I'm granting his petition. I'll make the statutory findings later on. The judge never did. The mother appealed. The case was reversed. And the appellate court was very clear. If the court does not make the necessary findings, then the case will be reversed. All right. So now let's talk about it in a simple layman's term. What does that mean? Well, there's about 20 give or take factors in the statute. All right. So what that means is that each factor needs to be proven with evidence. That could be your testimony, that could be the other parent's testimony, that could be the testimony of an expert like a psychologist. It could be introducing data on the school. So you want to prove it. So to give you a really quick example, what we're looking for is this. Where is the child going to live? What type of school is the child going to be in? What type of neighborhood is the child going to be in? How is all of that going to be better than what the child currently has? What type of contacts will the child have in that new state? For example, if the child's entire family, cousins, uncles, grandparents, if they're all in a city here in Florida, could be Miami, Tampa, Jacksonville, whatever the case may be. But if the child has significant contacts with his family here in Florida, then why would the judge all of a sudden say, yep, you know what, child, you can go with that parent to Indiana or California, even though you have no family over there, even though you do not have any friends, even though you don't have any existence of knowing that other state. That's why relocation is so difficult. And it's an area of law that requires an attorney with the experience to be able to guide you through it. But if an attorney tells you right off the bat, yes, absolutely, you can relocate, you better find another lawyer, because it is a very tough standard. And I am always very honest with my clients and with individuals that call me for a consultation. All right, if you want to relocate, you got to convince me first. You got to convince me that we have a strong case. I'll tell you a quick example of a case that I had years ago. The client was the mother. She had a one-night stand. As a result of that one-night stand, she gave birth to a child. She had a PhD. She had a very successful career. She wanted to relocate to another state. The father, on the other hand, was unemployed, had no education, and basically relied on the funds of his parents. The court denied the relocation, saying that the child, who was relatively a young child, had more contacts in Florida than the child did in Colorado. Yes, the mother would have a better career in Colorado, but the child's relatives' childhood was all here in Florida, and the court denied it. I don't necessarily agree with the court on that one, but that's the difficulty of it. And when you file an appeal, you're gonna have to prove that the court abuses discretion. The bottom line is this: if you wanna relocate with the child, the answer is maybe, but it's gonna be very tough. You better have a really good lawyer that knows the law and is able to guide you. I hope this answers your question. Until next time, this is Antonio Jimenez with Florida Divorce Law Group. Thanks for watching.